So module 2. By now, you should have planned and figured out what type of influence you want to be, what do you want to be doing, and what is your next 3-month plan about what you're going to be getting for free and where you're going to be making your money. If you haven't done that already, please pause it and figure that out, because the rest of the course, you're not going to be able to optimize it, okay? So as I'm talking through the next modules, I want you to stop it every now and then adjust it. You know, we're going to talk about your name and your bio and all these things. Like, you need to know what your plan is first and where you want to go. So as I'm talking about this, you can start getting ideas in terms of how you're going to do this on your profile. So building a profile that gets yes, okay? We're not going to go over exactly how to build everything. I've already done this in the Instagram growth system, okay? But what we are going to do is go over what's ideal for influencers and what you need to specifically have on your social media account, on your Instagram account specifically, to become an influencer. So number 1, your name field. Like, this isn't just your name, it's your prime real estate. I see a lot of people just putting random things in here. Now AI will use all the information that it possibly has to recommend. In the search bar, if somebody is searching, as you can see down here, let's just flick down. If somebody's searching food and travel or anything, they need, like, you are going to pop up if you have these keywords in your bio. So definitely always start with your name if that's what you're going after. You can see here the family adventures. Some people like to kind of have a brand name, but definitely put that at the start, okay? Straight to the point. Jake, Bali lifestyle. If I landed on Jake's profile, what do you think I would think that his profile is about? Instantly, I know what it is. It's Bali lifestyle. So be straight to the point. You know, spa and wellness reviews. You might not want to put reviews there. You might want to put tips. You can chop and change this. This is just giving you a basic understanding of how your name needs to look, okay? Change that straight away if you haven't got it already. I see too many people with just a waffle name, like Sophie J. Woods or something. Like, what is Sophie J. Woods? You know, you've got an opportunity to add that in there. You need to use exactly what Instagram's giving you, okay? Make it clear, make it searchable, make it niche focused, clear. So as soon as they look at it, they know exactly what you do. Searchable, but look at the keywords. Don't use words. Like, one of the ones I seen the other day was a coach was looking for a high vibe, something else. And then what he wanted to find coaches who were making less than $5,000 a month. Put that in. Coaches making less than $5,000 a month. Don't start putting in fancy words that aren't going to come up in the search terms, etc. If you don't know how to do this, guess what? Throw it into ChatGPT. Do my course again about how to grow on social media with AI, and it will do this all for you. I personally don't do my own bios. I just put it in, and then I tell it to give me 10 ideas about the bio, and then I do this for all customers as well. I'm not going to sit there for 30 minutes and think. I'm just going to throw it in. Right, I want you to do this, 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 and this, and then it will give you 10 different or 20 different options to make it much more simple. So that's the name, but this is the bio here. You know, keep it simple and sharp. You don't need a complex bio. Just keep it super simple. Sometimes it can even be 1 to 2 lines. You know, you don't really want it on the phone that people have to click and it opens up, okay? Ideally, you want it that your bio is straight there. And you don't need to fill all the characters in your bio as well. If you can fill it with just 2 or 3 lines, then go for it. 2 or 3 lines will do. You know, you want to put in what you do, who you do it for, a soft hint that you're open to collabs. You can put a soft hint, or you can just, you know, DM for collabs. Don't put like something very, very difficult for them, or DM or whatever. You know, make it easy for the person. And these are great examples as well. You know, expand on it, put your touch on it. You might do it a little bit different, but I just want you to clearly see this is how you should do it. I always like to start off with an emoji at the start. That's my personal preference. And then DM for collabs. If you don't put this, then people don't know that you're open for collabs, okay? Open to local collabs. You know, if you want to just do something in your city, this is a brilliant one. You know, if you're not looking at traveling, you don't want to do stuff like with big brands online, then you have to say Chicago, Manchester, London, Dubai. So as soon as people land on there, they know exactly where you are, what you do, and that you're open to collabs, okay? I think you already get the gist of this, but if you're struggling, try and find somebody who's already killing it. Try and find an influencer that's already doing what you want to do and use their bio as a template, okay, to build yours. Keep it simple, no fluff. So moving on, one link only. Okay, I've done the research. I've looked into loads of data on this. Okay, as soon as you add in more than one link into your bio, so people add Linktree and similar, etc., the drop-off rate is ridiculous. Okay, it's really, really high. I click on some people's bios and they've got like 9 different links. Buy my mini course. Check out my YouTube channel. Check out this. Like, you're not really, what are you doing with that traffic? People are just getting like completely confused. Stick to one link in your bio. If you're pushing your YouTube channel because you're doing a longer form content about the collaborations you're doing, then just have that link in. Please just stick to one link. Some people will disagree with me on this, but I'll turn around and say, if you work with 32,000 Instagram profiles and customers in the past, no, they haven't. Trust me, the data doesn't lie. Having one link in your bio gets way more traffic and conversion than having 2, 3, or more. Okay, so highlights and pin posts. This is super, super important, okay? Highlights and pin posts. So with your highlights, you want to make them very, very clear. When people are going to go to your profile, and I'll tell you exactly what they do. So they go to a profile. First of all, they'll probably notice that you've got a live story because you've got the ring around it. They're probably not going to click on the live story straight away because it takes them off. Then they're going to look at your bio. They're going to look at your name. They're going to look at your bio. Then they'll look at the highlights and the pin posts as well. Because people are only going to give you a couple of seconds before they decide to stay on your profile, or they're going to disappear on your profile as well. If they disappear, they're probably not going to work with you, are they? They're not going to be going back. So if you're trying to get the brand deals, you need to tell them exactly what you're doing and that you know what you're doing as well. If you have a very messy profile, it tells you that it tells the customer and the client or the brand that you don't know what you're doing on social media. So with the highlights, make it obvious what you do. Create highlights, restaurants, spas, hotels, collabs, reviews, lifestyle, anything. Stick to the point. You know, you can use like 3 to 5, I think, is a sweet spot, 3 to 5 highlights. And the way to do this is just get all the photos that you want in the highlight, put them all in the story for one day, and then just add them in. You're going to have one day where you've got masses and masses and masses of photos, but this is the way to do it properly. Then the following day, put all your pictures in the spas, and the following day, put all your pictures in the hotels. Because when brands or anyone goes to your profile, I'm talking about brands, but if you're growing as an influencer, you still need to do this because people want to check out to see if you're worth following anyway. So with the restaurants, put all the best ones that you've done there. Then people will just click through and they'll just skim. They'll just go tick, 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 and they'll just go all through them. And this will show them whether they want to follow you or not. Reviews, I like to put lifestyle as well, who you are. You know, put a couple of different things. If you've got masses of highlights of holiday 2022, holiday 2000, Ibiza 2023, if you're serious about being an influencer, push them to a side. Really, it doesn't make you look super professional. Stick to professional. If you want to do this as a business, make sure you only put the best of the best in the highlights, okay? Pin in the top 3 posts. This is an absolute non-negotiable, okay? Like you doing a collab. Like if you've done a big collab with someone, make sure that's pinned at the top. You at a restaurant, you talking to the camera. Definitely have one of actually them being able to see you, okay? You speaking to the camera, you doing something. They're going to want to know who you are. So this is really, really important. And then you're going to want 2 other really high quality posts there. Now, if you're going to do a collab, and let's say the collab absolutely tanks, and you get no engagement, nothing else, do not pin that because you want to pin the best real estate right at the top. Think about it is when you go to a car showroom, right? You know, do you see the worst cars that they have in the window? Or a shop? If you go shopping, they're not going to put the worst clothes in the window. Do not do the same. You want to put the best clothes, the best cars in the window. Okay, so make sure that you do that because these are the things that people are going to see straight away when they land on your profile. Because this tells any brand that this person knows what they're doing. Trust me. They will. Like as soon as I click, you know, I speak to other friends or other businesses, clients on a daily basis, and I teach them this and be like, you know, how often do you click on a profile or somebody wants to work with you and it's just crap? And it happens all the time. So as soon as they do come across a profile that is really well structured and looks good, you're already on your way to getting paid and getting your free stuff. So even if you're just starting, you can do a paid meal yourself. Really, like if you've literally not got any brand deals, nobody's really replying to you yet, and you're just starting out, just go out for a meal by yourself. Maybe not by yourself, maybe with somebody else, but go out and design it and do a reel, do, you know, stories, and do do a Google review and just practice. Do it by yourself, but at least you're going to practice. You're going to have content on your profile of you already doing it. So the next time somebody checks you out, they can see that you've already been doing this. Then what I would do as well is I would contact the company, whatever it is, and then I would say, hey, look, I've done this. Would you like to collaborate in the future? So they're already going to see what is possible from you. They're already going to see the engagement, send them statistics. Look, this is how many people watched it. That's your foot in the front door. I'm a massive, massive believer of doing free work. And I always have been, and I've got some of the biggest deals that I've ever made because I've done the free work first. Then I've gone, hey, look, here you go. And because the work is such a high level, it's a complete no-brainer for them to continue to work with you. Okay, so if you're first starting out, especially it might be like a really expensive or big brand, do it, and then you will be able to get the practice from it. You know, they'll be able to take it more seriously, treat it as your first test collab, post it like you would just for a brand. Keep it serious, do it properly, okay? And you'll be surprised about also how many times that restaurants, I keep saying restaurants, but I do generally mean any business, will repost you in their stories. Now, I go out for dinner every day. Like, you know, I don't really cook anymore, but I eat very, very healthy. You know, so I go out for these dinners, and if I go out for a really good one with friends, I do take a picture, I put the location, I put the place where I am, and I get reposted so much of the time. You'll be surprised about how many times people will generally just repost, because these brands don't do enough content. They don't have enough content. So if you're the one providing the content, they're going to repost you. Boom, that's just an open door for you to go straight in and be like, hey, let's collab on another post. This one went great. This is what I'll do for you. Are you telling me that if they're doing that, they're not already going to be open? Yes, they're going to be open. And this is how you get through the doors, okay? As I mentioned before, treat it like a shop window. Do they instantly understand what your profile is about and what you're about? Do you look like someone who creates value, not someone begging for free food? This is a big one as well. If you look like you're just looking for free food, they're obviously going to say no. If you've got a clear the profile that creates value for them, they're going to go for it. And would you trust yourself as well? I always ask this question, like, look at your content, look at everything else. Would you buy from you? Would you buy this product with this module, okay, with this proposal, okay? So if the answer is no, fix it, yeah? Don't just keep going down the same and try to throw more mud at the wall. If it doesn't work, fix it. Action steps for module 2, okay? Update your name field to reflect your niche. Rewrite your bio using one of the structures that I've shown you above. Create at least 3 highlights relevant to your niche you pick. Pin 3 posts that show you doing influencer style content. If you're trying to be an influencer and you have no influencer style content out there, don't expect brands to say yes. Even if you're self-funded yourself. A couple of pro shortcuts here. Make your profile look bigger to brands. You can absolutely do everything in this course with pure organic effort. But one thing that we do at GoSo is I help you get there a little bit faster. So we do have an Instagram follower growth service. So what we can do here with the targeted followers, if you're living in a specific city, I can target restaurants and other micro influencers or whoever you want in them target audience. So if you're stuck, you know, under 5,000, 10,000 followers, you can plug this in. You will be growing between 300 and 600 targeted followers every single month. So this is going to help your profile grow. You're going to be able to get bigger deals. You're going to be able to also find clients within that, because you can target individual restaurants as well. So once the restaurant follows you, then you can start speaking to them and get brand deals. So this is going to grow your profile and make you more deals if you're not getting the growth numbers that you want. So if this is something that you're looking at, all you need to do is go and click the link, check out the packages, send us a DM as well, and we can show you exactly how to get there. We've got all the testimonials, we've got growth stats. We do this for hundreds and hundreds of clients, and they do absolutely great from it. It's not necessary. You don't need it if you want to put all the work in, but this will save you 20 hours at least a week on growing your profile. And this is guaranteed. 100% of the clients are growing 300 to 600 targeted followers a month. The high-level clients are doing 500 to 1,000 per month. And all you need to do is pretty much close one of them followers each month on a brand deal to make your money back. And if you're struggling with engagement a little bit as well, we can help out with the engagement. So fantastic. Being that all said, let's move on to the next module. Everything that I've already told you to do in the end, of course, kind of action steps, please go away and do that. So then you're prepared for the next module. See you there.